I am staying warm this morning. I was really cold, but the sun is coming out in Colorado Springs. It's looking like it's going to be a really nice day. So, what's going on? So, I don't have money for rent. I gotta shut this heat off. What happens when you don't have money to pay your bills, right? What do you do? What do you do? You have to find a way, right? It doesn't matter whether you have a job or whether you don't have a job, because you just have to get on things. So, for example, if you have a job, it doesn't mean your security is in your work. You can have money saved, and that's really where your security is. Because I was in a study the other night, and some woman just lost her job. She just lost it, and she doesn't know what she's doing. So, what I want to say is it comes from within. That's where your security comes from God, first of all. But whether you have a job or whether you don't have a job, it comes from within. Like, what type of person are you? Are you able to go, make it happen? Are you able to go to a shelter? Like, my husband was complaining he was in a truck. My son is camping in my truck, and he's putting money away in the bank. I'm going to go give plasma today. It's $100 to give that for today. Different times they have different amounts of money. So I'm doing that. That's one thing I'm doing. I have a plan to do some other things too, to help me to stay on my feet until I have more work. So there's a million things you can do. It's really good to take a step back too and not work all the time. Gather yourself together. Take time in between the jobs to look around and see what your other opportunities are. So for me, I work all the time. I mean, I always have something going. I always have a job or temp work or something happening. So today it's giving plasma, right? And I already got last night I was like, okay, so what are you going to do? So I had called an insurance agency, and I talked to them, and then I had gotten the belt on my truck checked, and he's like, your belt is really not that bad. So I had stopped door dashing. The last time I got paid was like on the 14th from them, and I wasn't getting work from them. And I'm like, why am I not getting work? I'm at 85%. I have 5 stars. Why am I not getting work? And they really, my door dashes were coming in at night, and I'm like, I really don't want to door dash at night. So now I'm like, okay, you're going to have to DoorDash at night. So my truck is in good enough shape to DoorDash. So last night I went and I did one delivery last night at night, and then tonight I'll be DoorDashing. So figure out, how to make it work for you. It comes from within. It's not from a job. There's no companies really nowadays that are loyal. There's no one really who's going to promise you that you're going to have security in a job. They come and go left and right, jobs. There's some jobs that, if you don't really do anything, you have no real challenge at work, you can just stay at a job and you can just be like, all right, I'm going through the motions of, every day putting up with this place. But if you want to enjoy your life, you really do want to work on your development. So you do want to have the time to work on yourself constantly. So that's something I do. I work on myself, and then when I need some money, I just find something, either work at a job or, gigs or whatever. So today is the blood work and the plasma, then it's the door dashing, then I have a couple other ideas coming my way. So God is the one, the whole point of this is God is the one who's taking care of you. It's not always in your security on the outside. It's God. So if you, are struggling with your finances, it's just amazing to me in the pro-life movement how many times we hear, I don't have money to raise my kid. I don't have money. It is amazing how far down you can go in America, how far down you can hit rock bottom and still make money. I mean, I've lost my home. I've lost a car. My husband's in his own little world right now. I've lost a lot of things, and I'm still standing. So it's it's really kind of hard to be homeless in America, is what I'm trying to say. We have a lot of homelessness, but if you're willing to put the effort forth, it's kind of hard to be homeless. I mean, if you're working at things every single day, there is enough. There is enough. There is, and it's scary because you're like, okay, how am I going to pay this, or how am I going to pay this? And if you have that character of a go-getter, you're pretty much not. I mean, like I've had like my apartment saying, we want the money now instead of being late, or we're going to basically evict you, and I'm like, go right ahead. When you get rid of that fear of being homeless, homeless, and like, yeah, I'll live in my truck, or I'll do this, or I'll travel to another state and get more work, it strengthens you. So don't be afraid of not having enough money. You can afford children. You can afford quite a bit. It's pretty amazing how much you can afford in America. We are a rich country, and as long as you're working at things, you're pretty much good. As long as you're not, in the hospital with something, you're pretty much good. Okay, that's what I got for now, ladies.